Good morning, Michael Walsh and Roger Norgel here. Welcome to Norwal Farm. This video is a continuation of our update on our landscaping. Fortunately, the weather has broken a little bit. It's cooled off a bit. We've been having really warm temperatures in the 80s and 90s and high humidity. Lots of rain. It's been raining like every other day. Update on the hay crop. We didn't get it baled for at least a week. It got rained on 4 times and so we have very clean hay. It got washed 3 times, but it's okay quality. When we baled it, it was 30% moisture, so we wrapped it in the plastic wrap. You can see the lines back there. That line right there is the new bales, over 20 bales. So that'll be some more feed for us. I'm going to the hay auction today. I've got to buy some more dry hay for the lambs. Lambs are doing much better since we dewormed them. They had kind of just a bloated look to them before we dewormed them, and I think that was due to the irritation of the worms in the stomach, just delaying the emptying of the rumen. This weather here, this little Suffolk, when I shore him, he had a lot of edema, fluid swelling under the chin. That's called bottle jaw, so he was severely affected. So anyway, 24 hours after we dewormed him, that was totally gone. So by deworming them, they quit, killed the worms, quit feeding on the blood, and that blood protein just built up really fast, and the fluid went away. So that's a good thing. So I increased their grain just a little bit now. I want to get their condition up a little bit, but they're doing really well. They're eating well, and the 2 black lambs and these 2 bigger lambs are going to be going to market in a couple of weeks. So anyway, I want to get the rest of these lambs shorn while the weather's cool. It was 50 degrees this morning, and 2 days ago it was 70 degrees at the same time. So take advantage of the cool weather and get these things done. Quick update on the sheep and goats. The ewes are out there. We put all the ewes together, and pregnant ones, and then the ones that we're going to be breeding. The does, they're starting to dry up from being weaned and putting on some weight really nice. This was our hay field. You can see the fence cuts over diagonally. We're letting them graze this whole thing. The pastures, this was supposed to have been pasture this year, but it didn't quite work out that way, too much alfalfa. So it's working well now. Once we cut the hay, we're just going to leave them out here for a couple of weeks. They've really grazed off this hill here. This wasn't hay, obviously, a lot of weeds, but the goats really like this. So they've grazed this down. They've cleaned up that little area down there because that was all grown up. And then the perimeter of the fence around the hay field, they can't cut real close to the fence. So they're cleaning that up too. So that's primarily why they're in here. But there's enough pasture, and the alfalfa is just starting to come back, and they're used to it, so I'm not as concerned about bloating. So we've decided to leave them out here at least a week, probably 2, possibly 3. It'll slow a little bit of the hay growth down, but we're not really that concerned about it. And like I said, the ewes are down there. Garrett was with some of the sheep, I think. I forget now. Anyway, Callum and Charm are the 2 guardian dogs we're hoping to get puppies from this year. So we put Garrett in with them yesterday, and they're just a little bit of squabbling, but they settled down. So there's 3 dogs in here, and they're doing well. And then Charm is down with the lambs down there, or not Charm, Champagne, and it's doing her good to be on her own. It's building her confidence. So that's working well. That was Callum right there. He came up to see me. But it's interesting because the goats and the sheep segregate on their own. They kind of hang together, and the sheep hang together. And also, it's interesting too, the 2 Jacobs are laying right there, the 2 black and white spotted ones. Oftentimes you'll see them laying off by themselves too. So not sure why they do that. My thought is it's instinct or evolution, that each breed is by itself for preservation and then promotion of the breed. I don't know, that's just my theory, but may be wrong. But anyway, that's the update on this. We sold the Dorpers. Jill at Old Orchard Farm. She decided that she wants all of our Dorpers. So there's 2 out here that had crossbred lambs. I'll be taking those down, and then there's 2 ewes down at Jill's that are just smaller than the rest, and I didn't recommend she keep those, so we'll bring those home. That'll happen probably in August when we wean the lambs. And then she's also decided she wants all the lambs, not just the ewe lambs, so that works well for us. She's starting a retail business as well. She has meat chickens, and then she'll have lamb for sale as well. So those 5 lambs, the male lambs, she will probably have those for sale later this fall. So that works out better for our plan. So glad that that happened. And then we've got another goat being sold. They're coming tonight. They're coming tonight to pick it up, private party. And then he actually wants 2 more. So our sales are picking up. So that's really good for us. So anyway, that's an update on the livestock. This is why we wrap hay or store dry hay in the barn. I just had this one sitting down here because it's the last dry bale we're feeding. But that's mold, and it's had probably at least 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches of rain on it. So that soaks down, and then it starts molding. So don't feed that. We'll throw it on the compost pile. But that's the reason you store dry hay in the barn or have it. Working on the drainage ditch so it quits flooding the backyard every time it rains. So that big pile of rock there, that's riprap. He cleared this off yesterday, kind of leveled it off, which we like the effect of that with that ridge. And then where that flat ridge is, they're gonna dig a channel and put that rock in there. And that will the rock will slow it down, so it will come through that little break right there, come down along here. He's going to dig that out, and then up there where it's dug down, it will curve and come into there. And then Paul, our landscaper, we have a lot of field rock in a pile down there. He's going to bring that up and build a riverbed with the rock. It will come down, come around. Those slabs there, he's going to build our water feature. A waterfall will come down and around. And then beside, there's a drain right there. Beside the drain is going to be a pond. And this area back here, he's been working on. This has all been landscaped. We put the addition on the slab. This is where our grill is going to go. This is a hedge. It's we don't want it to get much taller because from the window there in the dining room we can still see this, and we don't want to block the view of that. So it will fill in, and then he's got a lot of plants here. I think this is primrose, I don't remember for sure. And then we're going to have stepping stones coming from that slab over to this one, and then also there will be stepping stones coming from the corner of the sidewalk around this way to connect these. And we decided he trimmed that concrete in the dark brick, and actually it makes the concrete look just a little bit bluer and kind of not so stark, jump out and grab you in the face. So on the front door off the living room, dining room, we're going to have him surround that too. That way we'll have continuity. But we really like the effect of this. That's the front entrance through there. So when you come in the front entrance, these are flowering lilacs, the dwarf lilacs. This will be framing that window, that tree. That's a Japanese maple. It kind of frames that up. So when you come in, then you'll be able to see all these. These are perennial geraniums. I think those are reddish or purplish, and these are obviously that color, the purple. But then the water feature will be right here, and then the hill will be behind that. So that will frame that entrance as you come in. And then where that green, all that green is, that's all topsoil. So we want to save that because we have to cover a lot of this plus the hill with topsoil. So they're moving that, and that comes all the way over where that green comes down. Beyond that is then the soil, the subsoil that they excavated. And then there's subsoil behind this. So we want to continue that ridge over there. The size of this hill, there's a smaller one there. Then we want another one, probably the size of that one, a little bigger, coming around this way on that side. Probably have a valley between that, and then Paul's going to landscape and probably have some pollinating flowers, have spring, summer, and fall bloomings. And then we're going to naturalize this with native grasses and that type of thing. So it's really coming together. These hills over here are going to stay about the same. They'll just kind of level them off just a bit, but that won't be planted until next year. Even though those are weeds, that is stabilizing the dirt. It doesn't wash. The roots are holding the ground. This area right here, this wall is going to be covered with stone, and then from this wall over to that will be landscaped as well. But the head of the stream, if you will start up here. He's going to build it around, and then it'll come down here. He's waiting for the kit to come in for the pool. And it's going to have a 3-inch pipe on the water, on the pump. So there's going to be a good flow of water coming down. So we're really excited to see that take shape. He picked out all the stones. There's 3 different colors of rock on the stones for the waterfall, and then he'll have landscaping in and around that too. So it should be really nice. And then obviously we're going to have indirect lighting on all this as well. So really excited the way this is coming together, and it's been a long process, but it's coming together. Like I say, this hill here, this part here, Paul is going to seed this year because we've got to stabilize that. The rest of that has weeds on it. We'll leave it, and then next year he's going to spray that and then plant grasses and some blooming flowers, pollinators. That we'll have 3 different seasons of flowers up there. So really excited the way this is coming together. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, ring the notification bell. That helps our channel, and the like button as well. And if you would, please leave us a comment and share this video with a friend. Thanks again for joining us at Norwal Farm.